Sean Levine will step into the cage with Brendan Tobin in Are You Gonna Fight Me?
I'm gonna fight your ass!
Here on Tapped Out.
That's right, fight me like a man!
Only on the BetQL network.
You know the rules. I want a good, clean fight. When I tell you to break, I want you to step back up my command and break. Now go back to the corner and come out fighting at the bell.
Welcome back into Tapped Out here on the BetQL network. My co-host becomes my opponent this segment. He is Brendan Tobin. I'm the sports machine, Sean Levine. And we meet in the middle of the octagon or the ring or the cage or the smart cage or wherever it is to fight. You going to fight me if I tell you Bo Nickel right now would beat Khamzat Chimaev? I know he'd be a huge underdog. I know you want to see some more seasoning. But if I saw that fight tomorrow, I would put my money on Bo Nickel. You going to fight me?
I'm honestly not going to fight you on this for a couple of reasons. One, I still think there's a lot of unanswered questions with Khamzat Chimaev. I don't think that he is this bona fide title guy. Another thing
explain yourself. Based on what? Because he's a badass. That the Gilbert fight was closer than we thought.
Gilbert fight was closer than we thought. Last fight he did. Yeah, these are. Your congratulations. Okay. You're listening to the answers for me.
Okay.
Also,
right.
by the way, he's been fighting at welterweight. Bo Nickel is a natural welterweight. So I mean, who's to say Bo Nickel can't just go out there and ragdoll Chimaev and his beard? So, like, yeah, I think I don't think that's a crazy thing to say right now. Khamzat Chimaev is, look, he's a fun character. Great that he's kind of gone into the villain role, but yeah, I still think there's a lot of unanswered questions, man. And quite frankly, Kamaru Usman said it best last week. Like, this guy does all this yammering on Twitter. You have your chance to prove yourself. You don't want to make the weight. You're living life right now. Come make the. Think about that. Kamaru Usman doesn't have to make the weight. Like, he could go do a fight at 185 if he wanted to. And he's like, I've been the welterweight champion forever. I'll make it again. Let's go. Let's make this fight. And Khamzat doesn't want to do it, or doesn't appear like he wants to do it. He wants to go there with his Twitter thumbs.
Speaking of Twitter thumbs and Twitter yammerings, as you call them, the Ronda Rousey rumor shut down by Ariel Helwani, and then Edmund Tarverdian tweets out a pic with her. I think she comes back. You going to fight me?
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back, man. I honestly thought I was laughing this week with, was it Chelsea Chandler? I was like, did she listen to Tapped Out and just go off of Sean's rumors? I honestly haven't seen this anywhere other than you brought it up.
Rumors.
And like, I'm just like, where are these rumors that Ronda Rousey is coming back? And all I could find was you, I think a tweet, and then I think Chael Sonnen did like 5 minutes on it. I think, wow, Chael stole Sean's idea. And so now I'm like,
coach?
No, I think he likes the headline. When's the last time you thought about Shabazz? You ever thought about that dude? Edmund, is he Shabazian or Tarvonian? Whatever the hell he is.
He's Tarverdian.
Whatever. I haven't thought about head movement in a while. So no, I don't believe she's coming back. Not that I wouldn't love it. I think I'm one of these people. Like, I still respect a lot of what Ronda Rousey did. I think a lot of people did hose her down on the way out. So I kind of wish she could get this swan song and get a good moment in the octagon, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if that's going to have quite the reception everybody hopes it will. So I think that's probably why she wouldn't be into doing it.
How dare you accuse me of starting a rumor? In the words of George Costanza, it's not a lie if you believe it. You're going to fight me if I say, by the way, Kevin Lee retired.
Yes.
Very unceremoniously. He came back for a minute. He got beat up, and then he retired. I know he's your guy, and I know that he's come in the studio with you in Miami several times. Are you going to fight me if I say Kevin Lee, kind of an unmemorable UFC career?
Unmemorable, I think, is the wrong word, I would say, but I would say unfulfilling.
Unfulfilling.
Underachieving is a good word to put for it. I wouldn't fight you if that was the description, but that's not what you use, so I'm going to fight you on that. But I think, he great talker. I think it was a guy who looked like he had all of the skill set to do it. Certainly had to deal with a lot of personal adversity with his coach, with his coach taking his own life, and then he couldn't really find a camp. Then he found a camp down here. But I think also, like, sometimes we got to realize with guys, when it's not there, it's not there. And for him, it just doesn't seem like he can go out there and do it with the elite guys. I mean, if he does want to keep fighting, yeah, I think if Kevin Lee wanted to go in the PFL or something like that, give it a whirl. Maybe he gets the right matchups. They go out of his camp down here at Killcliff. They do that a bunch, but yeah, he's you give him against a real contender, a real hungry guy, it just feels like he's not even at their level.
He's undefeated in Eagle FC. He did win that fight, right, against Diego Sanchez?
Seagull SC just kind of just went away, huh? Like we're gonna have this whole thing, and then just Russian war happened, and poof, gone.
Speaking of go away, you're gonna fight me if I say Robert Whittaker at this point should just move up. Even if he would have won the fight, he wasn't gonna get a shot at the belt. And I think compared to where I want to say he started as a welterweight, so this would be like quite a bit up, but that's probably his best move. You're gonna fight me?
Yes, because I thought if thought you actually, if you would have brought this up, would have gone the other way. I would have said, should he go down into welterweight? I feel like light heavyweight's a bit too big for him. I mean, I make him happy. Fat Rob gets to be he's gonna get to be in a more pleasant place, get to have all the candy that's not Reese's peanut butter cups. But no, I think if I was Robert Whittaker, I would consider going down in weight to welterweight. I think there's some fun matchups there if that's something that he wants to do. We've seen some guys have success with this. Jose Aldo looked good at bantamweight. So some guys do have some success if they do go down. And I don't know how much he is into that because he, as we've talked to him multiple times, he does not like skinny Rob. He likes being fat Rob. And listen, he's not Patty Pimblett. I mean, obviously Robert Whittaker keeps himself in good shape, but nobody likes cutting weight. He obviously had more success at middleweight than he did at welterweight in his career. But he has experience there, and I think that, a Robert Whittaker, Leon Edwards fight, fun. Robert Whittaker, Colby Covington, fun. Robert Whittaker, Kamaru Usman, those would be some fun matchups. I'd be really into them.
This is not going well for me. I feel like you're actually winning this fight today. But anyway, we move on, and I keep trying. It's a 5-rounder. Holly Holm fights tonight. Holly Holm versus Bueno Silva. You're going to fight me if I say kind of overrated. Holly Holm, in fact, very overrated. Yeah, she
very
kicked Ron in the head.
overrated?
It was great, dude. She's what? Like, let me pull this up here. Holly's 15-6. She's in her last 1, 2, 3, 4. She's a 500 fighter over the last 5 years.
No, man. I mean, she's got like one of the most iconic knockouts of all time.
There you go.
And I can't call somebody like that overrated. That's a crazy thing that you're saying. Like, you can't have one of the most iconic upsets of all time, and then you've been on the top of the bill for this many years of your career. Yeah, she maybe not beaten the creme de la creme, but she's beaten the creme. She's not like she can take out some appetizers, maybe not the main course, but like I think that I think Holly Holm, I think that's too strong. I can't go overrated. I won't.
It's
I
not.
won't allow
You can be both. You're acting like these things can't coexist. Okay, let's say Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was not a good Okay, he was not a great boxer, but everybody remembers his name and everybody remember what he did, and he pulled off the biggest upset in the history of combat sports. But he's also overrated. Can't those things coexist?
But I wouldn't call Buster Douglas overrated because nobody's ever called Buster Douglas like I guess like what is her rate? Like, are you saying she's the greatest female, one of the top 5 female fighters of all time? Probably not. No. But she's a
widely regarded as probably top
contender.
7 or 8. I think she's top 10 on everybody's list. All right. We'll get off that.
But she has lost. She's lost a lot of big time fights. I will say. I mean, like you think Durandamy, Tate, Nunes. Like I said, not the creme de la creme, but the creme. She could take him out.
The Durandamy fight was a little bit of BS, but we must move on. Tapped out here on the BetQL network. Robbie Lawler, unbelievable retirement. One of the best in the history of sports with the whole 15 minutes real time where he walks out, he has the tears in his eyes, stomps his foot on the octagon, beats up his opponent, knocks him out in less than a minute, walk off, promotional video, interview, cries again. The whole thing was unbelievable. And then right afterwards, of course, Conor McGregor has to get involved, and he tweets out that he wants to fight Robbie Lawler. I don't know if we're ever going to see that fight, but if we do, are you going to fight me if I say that's the ultimate pick'em fight? As far as the odds go, Robbie versus Conor McGregor, that is a pick'em.
I'll tell you one thing, dude. You could pick him all. Give me whatever the best odds I can get on Robbie Lawler against Conor. I think Conor McGregor will get throttled by Robbie Lawler.
Throttled. Do you?
Throttled, dude. If Conor McGregor doesn't get Robbie Lawler out of there in 20 seconds, Robbie Lawler is going to cook Conor McGregor. So, like, if Robbie Lawler did want to come back, and let's just say for whatever reason, like Conor's salty with this whole Michael Chandler thing, which still waiting on that fight getting announced. Yeah, I mean, like size, stamina. I don't care about Robbie's age. I mean, like Conor's washed as it is anyway. Like broken leg, juice to the gills, needs exemptions from the UFC to even be allowed to fight. Get the hell out of here, dude. Give me Robbie Lawler all day versus Conor McGregor. I would have taken Robbie. But do you remember one of the coldest answers ever was when he was like, "What would you do to Conor McGregor?" And he goes, "I would take his soul." Like I was like, and I believed him.
That is cold, and that was an unbelievable tirade you just gave us for the last 90 seconds. What's crazy is you're probably the biggest Conor McGregor honk I know. Like, I feel like you're the last one that's, yeah, you love – dude, every time I brought up whether it was getting knocked out by Jose Aldo or that this guy was a better fighter than him.
It's just,
come on, dude. Come on.
Because you are a sports radio host for a long time, and for whatever reason, people like to go in fighting and say, well, if you knock somebody out faster, that means it's a fluke. And
not a fluke.
It's not looked. It's in my eyes, I look upon that as a blowout win. And so Conor McGregor has blown out the alleged greatest featherweight of all time, then chose to leave the division to fight bigger guys. And somehow that's looked upon as a strike against him in the lore of the featherweights. It makes no sense.
Oh, you going to fight me if I say the Miami Heat aren't ever going to get Damian Lillard? Not now, not never.
I mean, you're just being silly. Come on.
No, am I?
Yeah, they're going to get Damian Lillard. They're going to get Damian Lillard. What do we have to fight about? Where is he going to go? Where's he going to go? To the
what are they going to give him?
You give him a little hero for a little pick swap. You give some picks. You give some Jovic. You give a little Jaquez Jr. You know, and they'll love it because what else are they going to get? Oh, we're going to get Malcolm Brogdon from the Celtics. Wow. I mean, I'm sure he'll make it through the season.
Were you about to give a dig at Kansas City not having an NBA team? That is a low blow, dude.
Sorry. You should.
It's gracious. Right to the junk. Unbelievable. He's Brendan Tobin. Now you see why the segment's called You're Gonna Fight Me. You're locked into the BetQL network.